Another promising young talent season comes to a crushing halt. And this time, it's hitting Red Sox Nation right where it hurts most. When you're watching a 22-year-old phenom like Marcelo Mayer struggle through what should be his breakout rookie season, you can't help but wonder, are we witnessing the cruel reality of modern baseball's physical demands, or is this just bad luck? Mayer's journey this year reads like a cautionary tale that every baseball fan needs to understand. The Red Sox's prized infielder, remember, this is the guy they selected with the 4th pick in the entire 2021 draft, just announced he's going under the knife for season-ending wrist surgery. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this injury preventable, and did the organization handle it correctly? Let's break down what actually happened, because the timeline tells a fascinating story about modern sports medicine and player decision-making. Back in late July, Mayer felt something wrong with his right wrist. Now, for those unfamiliar with baseball injuries, wrist problems for hitters are absolutely devastating. Imagine trying to swing a bat when your primary pivot point is compromised. The medical team discovered a tear, and here's where the tough choices began. Instead of immediately opting for surgery, Mayer and the Red Sox medical staff decided to try a conservative approach first, an anti-inflammatory injection. This is actually standard protocol in professional sports. You always try the less invasive option when possible. The hope was that reducing inflammation might allow the tear to heal naturally, or at least function well enough to finish the season. But here's the part most people miss. This decision wasn't just medical. It was deeply personal and strategic. Sitting in the iconic Fenway Park dugout this past Sunday, just before the Red Sox faced off against the Miami Marlins, Mayer opened up about his mindset during this whole ordeal. As someone who absolutely lives and breathes this game, he explained, every fiber of my being wanted to be out there competing every single day. When you finally make it to the big leagues and your team is fighting for playoff positioning, stepping away feels almost impossible. Here's what makes his situation particularly heartbreaking for Red Sox fans. Mayer isn't just any rookie. He's been positioned as a cornerstone of the franchise's future. Originally a shortstop, traditionally considered the most athletic infield position, he'd been adapting to play primarily third base since his May call-up. His statistics, a .228 batting average with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs across 44 games, might not jump off the page, but seasoned baseball observers understand that rookie adjustments often take time. Manager Alex Cora, known for his straightforward communication style, painted the picture clearly. The injection simply wasn't delivering the results we needed. With a 3-month recovery timeline, if everything progresses smoothly, he should be fully ready when spring training arrives. This young man represents a significant piece of our organization's future puzzle. Our priority is ensuring he's completely healthy and prepared for what lies ahead. But here's what really tells the story. Cora knew the writing was on the wall after watching Mayer attempt to play catch during Thursday's scheduled day off. His body language said everything, Cora recalled. He looked at me and said, "Skip, my swing mechanics just aren't right." That's when I realized we were dealing with something more serious than we'd hoped. For baseball newcomers, this might seem like a minor detail. But playing catch is one of the most basic activities in the sport. If a professional player can't comfortably throw a baseball, they certainly can't handle the complex rotational mechanics required for hitting major league pitching. Mayer's decision-making process reveals something interesting about modern athlete psychology. "I genuinely gave everything I had in my body," he reflected. "When the medical team initially presented my options, immediate surgery versus trying the injection route, I chose to exhaust every possible conservative treatment. Even if the chances were slim, I had to know I'd tried absolutely everything before accepting that my season was finished." This approach raises some thought-provoking questions about sports medicine and player autonomy. Should organizations be more aggressive about pushing immediate surgery when dealing with structural damage? Or does allowing players to exhaust conservative options demonstrate proper respect for athlete agency? What makes Mayer's situation even more complex is his injury history. Last season, a shoulder problem cost him the final 2 months in the minor leagues. He didn't see game action after July 31st. Now, barely a year later, he's facing another significant injury requiring months of recovery. And this is the part that might spark some heated debate among Red Sox faithful. Is this just incredibly unfortunate timing? Or are there deeper questions about the organization's player development and conditioning programs? Some critics might argue that back-to-back season-ending injuries for such a young, highly drafted prospect suggest systemic issues. Others will counter that injuries are simply part of baseball's reality, and that rushing back too quickly often leads to more severe long-term problems. The 3-month recovery timeline means Mayer should be physically ready for spring training. But the psychological impact of consecutive lost seasons can't be ignored. Young players often struggle with the mental side of extended rehabilitation periods, especially when they're trying to establish themselves at the highest level. For Red Sox fans, this news stings particularly because 2025 was supposed to be Mayer's true arrival season. The organization has invested heavily in his development, and his progression was seen as crucial to the team's long-term competitive outlook. But perhaps there's a silver lining that optimistic fans might embrace. Sometimes forced rest periods allow young players to return stronger and more focused than ever. The question is whether Mayer can use this setback as motivation, or if it becomes a recurring pattern that defines his early career. What do you think? Was the Red Sox medical team right to try conservative treatment first, or should they have gone straight to surgery when they discovered the tear? And more importantly, do you believe consecutive season-ending injuries for a 22-year-old prospect are just bad luck, or signs of deeper concerns about player development in modern baseball? The comment section is waiting for your take on this controversial situation.